The use of analytics to measure actionable insights is the foundation of campaign optimization. I strongly recommend that you gain advanced knowledge on the use of either Microsoft or Google Analytics on your way to becoming a marketing campaign specialist. To me, there is nothing more satisfying than to watch team members who know how to use all the relevant tools, account for their work, and to take actions based on analytic insight. Setting a goal for PPC needs to be measurable and specific. Useful metrics can vary according to your business activities. For example, in e-commerce, your metrics are different than for lead generation or mass media. Let's take a look at metrics to track for different campaign types. For e-commerce, it could be your total cost per campaign and ad group, your conversion rate and number of conversions, cost per conversion or CPA, or cost per action. The number of clicks and your cost per click is also important, how many clicks you're getting, and at what rate. Then outside of AdWords and Bing, you want to keep an eye on revenue, or your total revenue from PPC, your transaction number, the numbers that you get from PPC, that would be transaction numbers, and your average order value. For lead generation, you can add different metrics, for example, your total cost per campaign or ad group, conversion rate and number of conversions, cost per conversion or CPA, or cost per action, number of clicks, and your cost per lead compared to other channels. But then outside of AdWords and Bing is where it differs. You want to keep track of the number of leads that you get from PPC and the quality of leads that you get from PPC so that you know your targeting criteria is actually correct. For traffic generation, such as magazine or mass media websites, you want to look at bounce rates to ensure it is good quality traffic. You want to look at the cost per click, the volume of clicks, the average ad position for brand awareness, and your click-through rate. Because with traffic generation, you want to get as many clicks as possible at a low cost. Now I'd like to share with you 5 more metrics which I believe every PPC campaign manager can benefit from. Firstly, bounce rates measured across devices and media type. I suggest this to ensure that high quality inventory is bought at all times, because sometimes you can get spike in mobile bounce rates and that will need to be investigated. Also look at channel attribution. I suggest this to ensure that the traffic that you buy is actually responsible for your final conversions rather than being a mere brand awareness metric. If a campaign or a channel is not converting, you'd like to replace it with something that works better. Then look at cost per channel. I suggest measuring and comparing conversion from both Bing and Google and Facebook. So you compare the cost across these 3 channels. And then you'll be able to allocate your budget to the most effective channel after measuring this. Also look at cost per conversion. This is important since acquisition helps us to determine our overall profitability and the value that we bring to the business as a campaign manager. Consider the total number of conversions. This is helpful because with price elasticity in PPC, we'd like to determine if we can scale up our efforts and achieve the same results at a bigger scale. So here's a question for you. For your own company or where you work, which metrics would matter the most? Which would be the more useful metrics to measure? And why do you think so?